Am I the a-hole for calling out my sister-in-law's fraudulent business practices and costing her $100,000? I, 36 male, am really conflicted right now. I've been going back and forth in my mind for the past couple of weeks, and I need outside opinions on whether I did the right thing or if I overstepped. I can't stop thinking about how everything went down, and I feel like I might have ruined something that can't be fixed. Here's the backstory. I'm married to my wife, Lisa, 34 female, and we've been together for 10 years. Lisa has an older sister, Mandy, 38 female, who has always been a bit of a wild card in our family. She's always had these big ideas and grand plans, and while some of them have worked out, most of them haven't. She started and failed a number of businesses over the years, but she always manages to land on her feet. To be honest, I've never really understood how she keeps bouncing back, but that's just the way she is. Lisa and I have always supported her, helping out when she's in a tight spot and cheering her on when she's starting something new. Last year, Mandy started a new business venture, a luxury wellness company that sold high-end skincare products, supplements, and health services. The business looked promising on paper, and Mandy seemed genuinely excited about it. Lisa and I were cautious but supportive, as we always were. So when Mandy asked us to invest, we both agreed, though we didn't put in much. I trusted her as my sister-in-law, and frankly, I thought that if anyone in the family could make it work, it would be her. The trouble started when I noticed something strange. I had been helping Lisa with some of the bookkeeping for our personal finances, and while I was going over the joint account statements, I noticed several large withdrawals that didn't seem right. They were all from Lisa's personal account, but the transaction descriptions were tied to Mandy's business. I decided to ask Lisa about it. Hey, I was looking at the accounts, and I noticed some strange withdrawals from Mandy's business. Do you know anything about that? I asked one evening. Lisa looked at me with a puzzled expression. What do you mean? Mandy's business is going well. Maybe we paid for something related to it. Yeah, but these were large withdrawals, I said. It seems like a lot of money for just normal business expenses. Lisa shrugged. I'm sure it's fine. Mandy probably needed it for some inventory or advertising or something. I don't think she'd do anything shady. I didn't believe her, but I didn't push the issue too hard at the time. I decided to look deeper into it myself. Over the next few weeks, I kept checking the financial records, and things only got weirder. More large sums of money were coming and going, sometimes in lump sums, sometimes in smaller increments, all tied to Mandy's business. I started feeling like something wasn't right. So, I did some digging. I looked into Mandy's business registration, her licensing, and everything else I could find. And that's when I stumbled across something disturbing. Mandy had been using her business to cover up a series of fraudulent transactions. I found records of people being charged for services they hadn't signed up for, products being billed but not delivered, and customers who had been promised refunds that were never processed. There was no legitimate financial track of these payments, and from everything I saw, she was running a scam. I felt sick to my stomach. I couldn't believe it, but the evidence was all there. I thought about confronting Mandy directly, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I had to do something about it. This wasn't just a family matter anymore. This was a legitimate business scam. People were being harmed, and I knew I had to protect them. But I also knew this could blow up everything in my family, especially because Lisa had no idea how deep the scam really went. She trusted her sister implicitly, and I didn't want to hurt her. The breaking point came when I learned that Mandy had been using my wife's name to defraud her own customers. She had gotten several people to invest in the business using Lisa's reputation, telling people that Lisa was an investor and partner. Mandy had promised these customers exclusive access to special treatments and products, but none of them were being delivered. I couldn't just sit by anymore. I made the decision to contact the authorities, not only to protect the customers, but also to stop Mandy from causing any more damage. I got in touch with a business investigator and shared everything I had found: transaction records, emails, even text messages. They confirmed my worst fears. Mandy had been operating a fraudulent scheme, and I had enough evidence to bring it down. It didn't take long for things to unravel. The authorities were quick to act, and within days, Mandy's business was under investigation. But the fallout was immediate, and it was huge. Lisa found out what I had done when she saw the news report on TV, and her reaction was nothing short of explosive. "What did you do?" she screamed when I came home that night. She had been crying, pacing back and forth in the living room. "You ruined everything. You exposed my sister's business to the world, and now she's being investigated. Do you have any idea what you've done?" I couldn't just let this go on, Lisa. People were being scammed. I had to act, I said, trying to keep my voice calm. "Your sister was lying to you, to all of us. I had to do something. You should have talked to me first. You should have come to me before you went to the authorities," she yelled. "This isn't just about the business. It's about family. You've humiliated my sister, and you've cost her everything." "I didn't humiliate anyone," I replied, trying to keep my frustration in check. "She humiliated herself. I didn't do anything but try to protect people from being scammed. Do you not see what's happening here?" "No," she shouted, her face red with anger. "You ruined everything. You had no right to make that decision for us. For me. You should have trusted me to handle this. She's my sister, and I don't care what you think of her business. You should have kept your mouth shut. Lisa, she's your sister, but that doesn't mean she gets a free pass to hurt people. I said, my voice raising now. She stole from people, she lied to you, and she used your name to get away with it. I couldn't stand by and do nothing. I don't care, she screamed. I don't care what she did. You had no right to expose her. This is going to ruin our entire family, and you did it for nothing. After that, things got even worse. We had several arguments over the next week. Lisa was furious with me for going behind her back, and she wasn't speaking to me unless it was about the situation. I tried to explain that I was only trying to protect her and everyone else from getting hurt, but she couldn't see past her anger at me for involving the authorities. As for Mandy, she called me several times, accusing me of ruining her life, and she demanded that I fix everything. She blamed me for her business falling apart, telling me I was responsible for the $100,000 in lost income she had now incurred because of the investigation. She said I had destroyed her future. It's been 2 weeks since I exposed Mandy's fraud, and I still feel completely lost. Lisa and I are barely speaking, and Mandy has been in touch with our family, trying to make me the villain in all of this. My family has split down the middle. Some agree that I did the right thing, while others think I overstepped and ruined a family relationship that can never be fixed. I still believe that I did the right thing, but I can't help but wonder if I should have handled it differently. Should I try to talk to Lisa first, even if I knew it would hurt her? Should I have just let Mandy face the consequences without bringing the authorities into it? The weight of this decision is heavy on me, and I can't shake the guilt I feel about the way everything blew up. So, am I the a-hole for calling out my sister-in-law's fraudulent business practices and costing her $100,000?